Thank you for joining us from all parts of the world in this webinar of today. Today we'll be covering a webinar with the title In Sync with Progress, where we are exploring our online-offline CDMS solutions. My name is Busimpila. I am a client success manager in business development. I am based in South Africa. With me today, I have Miriam, our clinical data manager, and also Tinache Kamema, our software developer. They are also here in South Africa. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that you can use the chat feature in Teams at any time to ask questions and share feedback. Some of the questions will be answered immediately on the chat. Please have a look out on the chat, but at the end of the webinar, we will have a Q&A session. We will also share the webinar recording via emails after the event. For previous webinars and also more about DFnet and our resources, we encourage you to visit our website, dfnetresearch.com. A bit of a background of who we are. We have 30 years experience in global health, supported over 160 clinical trials in more than 35 countries. We are the developers of our software, DFdiscover, which is a hybrid CDMS system. Our teams are located in the US, Canada, South Africa, and also in India. Our software has been used for over 20 years by our clients, VA and NIH. Looking at our software, DFdiscover software is a software that offers data capture solution. Data capture can be captured online, offline, EDC, eSource, direct data capture, ePro, paper, CRFs. It offers also the dashboards to view your data, reports, and also configurable workflows. Today, we'll be specifically concentrating on DFcollect. And what I'm showing you right now, I'm showing you different tools that you can use for data collection within our DFdiscover software. But today, we will focus on DFcollect, which is designed for offline and online data capturing. And it's important to note that the database setup for all this data collection tool is one, and you can be able to collect the data using any of this tool once the database has been set up. Focusing on today's topic, we'll be looking at data collection, navigating data collection in remote areas, technological challenge areas, and power scarce areas. To give you a background about the development of our DFcollect offline and online solution, it was first designed in 2016. It was designed to address a need to collect data in remote settings. The launch of it was with the University of Washington and the Power Study. They were looking at PrEP use and HIV seroconversion in adolescent girls and young women in Kenya and in South Africa. So looking at the challenges of data collection in remote areas and technologically challenged areas, one of the challenges is access to internet, whereby internet can be limited or the connection can be disrupted, which makes it difficult to gather data. A limited connection obviously also poses risks of data breaches and unauthorized access during data transmissions. Geographical isolations and inadequate transportation infrastructure, low level of literacy education can make it challenging to obtain accurate data. Language barrier can also be a factor of not gathering the accurate data. So engaging community with the tools that have the languages that they understand is also very important. What are the benefits of using an offline data capture versus the paper? One can say, oh, but we already have the paper that works really well in collecting data in remote areas. But we find it that it is also beneficial to use a tool like our DFcollect for offline data capture, because it is uninterrupted. So you can capture data either when you're online or offline, and is also resilient to infrastructure challenges as mentioned on the previous slides. And also it empowers everybody to be involved, even the local stakeholders, into data capturing. And why EDC is better than paper? Because it does have capabilities of built-in validation checks whereby it reduces data entry errors. Whereby as we are capturing data, you are the program data validation checks are able to check the data that you are capturing and inform you if there are any errors, and you can correct them immediately. It improves study quality with real-time data access by anybody. When they are online, any of the study team is able to access the data immediately, rather than having the data collected on a paper and transcribed later on the data collection tool, on the technological data collection tool. It is also cost-effective with limited paper, and also helps with streamlining the workflows. This talks to you're not going to have to print papers in case there are data changes or protocol amendments when you have to do the version control. That is done within the software, and also it will help you also with version control, whereby with paper you find that other sites are using a wrong version of forms and caused the delays in the timelines of data collection. As mentioned above, it is highly customizable to meet the study needs. It has audit trail as well, whereby you are able to see who has captured data, who has made changes within the database, and all the changes that are done within the database are audit trailed. It also gives an opportunity to the researchers and clinicians to collect the data themselves while they see participants. Again, we also support hybrid data capturing, whereby a paper can also be a backup. I will hand over to Miriam Mashumba, our clinical data manager, to talk more about the tool and give you an overview of the tool. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Miriam Mashumba. I'm going to be giving you an overview of the DFcollect tool. From the wide range of tools offered by DFdiscover, DFcollect is a suitable solution of collection of clean data in areas that may experience unstable internet connections. DFcollect has a number of unique features that makes it a good offline data capturing solution. So I'm going to be going through the key features for DFcollect. DFcollect offers full offline support. This means you are able to do data entry and modification. You are able to use quality checks to attach source documents, resolve queries, and use e-signatures while offline. There is no extra setup time that is required or separate configuration that is required when making use of DFcollect. It offers easy updates. If there are any mid-study changes or protocol amendments, these are pushed automatically to online devices. And it also offers simple syncing of data. If there are any data discrepancies, DFcollect offers you an opportunity to resolve conflict or conflict resolution before uploading to the server. It also has a key feature where it restores unsafe data after logout. This helps to prevent data loss. It's also secure. There is full data encryption to keep on-device data safe. DFcollect offers multiple language support. The application interface supports multiple languages, and it also allows source document attachment, and this enables remote monitoring. The forms for DFcollect are fully customizable as well. This is how DFcollect works when working offline. So while you are online, DFcollect will download subject data to the device. And when you become offline, you are still able to enter and modify subject data. You're able to add or resolve queries. You're also able to attach documents. And when you are back online, DFcollect will sync updated data with the server. DFcollect offers multiple language support, as I explained earlier. So at the beginning of the study, when you are designing your case report forms, you are able to make study-specific translations in any language. This means you can have CRFs that are in Zulu, in Swahili, or Afrikaans. The application interface itself has languages that are French, English, and Chinese currently. DFcollect also offers a study dashboard, just like DFexplore. And this dashboard shows an overview of subjects and CRFs, as well as queries. As we can see on the left, there are pie charts that show an overview of CRFs that shows how many are complete, how many are incomplete in the form of a pie chart, as well as the status of queries, how many are pending, how many are resolved in the form of a pie chart. The dashboard also shows, and as we can see on the right, it can also show outstanding queries by type. So it will show you the fraction of queries that are due to data queries, that are due to overdue visits, and also that are due to missing pages. In the middle, on the right, you can see it also is able to show a subject summary. So you can see from this information the latest visit that was conducted and the next visit that is due. And if there are days that are overdue, it will also show. And it's also able to show outstanding queries by subject. You are also able to see from the study dashboard query and data entry metrics, which means you're able to see the average days that are required to resolve a query. You're also able to see information such as queries that are older than a number of days. Let's say queries older than 10 days or queries older than 30 days. DFcollect also has quite a number of data quality checks. One of these data quality checks is the edit checks. Edit checks within DFcollect work even when offline, and they ensure that we collect quality data. It also has the ability to display warnings, and one is able to add queries. Adding queries while offline ensures collection of clean data. DFcollect also offers cross-CRF checks and cross-visit checks. Cross-CRF checks means it is able to make checks on data entered on two separate CRFs. It's also able to check across two visit dates. So you can check data entered between the current visit and maybe earlier visits. DFcollect also is able to show or hide fields based on conditional logic. So for example, if a patient has been captured as female, you are able to show pregnancy-related questions. And if a patient has been captured as male, you are able to hide maybe pregnancy-related questions. Another data quality check that DFcollect offers is it's able to have overdue visit and missing page checks. And all of these checks are both available online and offline. DFcollect offers source document capturing. One is able to attach images and documents from the camera, or also make use of a local device storage, and you can add these images to any CRF. You are able to review multiple attachments or add multiple attachments per CRF. This enables remote monitoring. It means when the monitors are doing their work, they do not have to be on site. They are able to log into the system and make a comparison of the source data to the collected data. Source document capturing is available also both online and offline. On study workflow, the study configuration options allow for customization of the workflow. Role permissions ensure appropriate access is given to subjects' visit and CRF. You are able to customize available visits and CRFs based on subject data. For example, we have on the screen towards the right an eligible participant and a screen failure. One is able to customize so that the correct visits are available for an eligible participant and the correct visits are available for a screen failure. In DFcollect, you're able to use also data tasks. You can use data tasks to review CRFs based on predefined selection criteria. For example, you can create a data task for reviewing of ongoing AEs. You can also create a data task specific for investigator signature. This means if the investigator wants to sign CRFs, they can just go straight to the data task and do just that, signing off of CRFs. assuring your success with DFcollect. DFcollect offers quite a number of capabilities, but to be able to conduct a study successfully, you need to provide the correct training to the site staff. So it's important to provide training that is in line with site experience and also the expected usage. It is important to make time during the site initiation visit to provide adequate training. This training needs to cover both study-specific topics as well as technology-specific topics. It's important to consider different training modalities. You can have hands-on training, which is face-to-face on site. You are also able to have remote virtual training, which can be quite interactive. Also, an option is to have on-demand self-paced training, and it would be advisable to consider having a dry run with test participants in the study environment before the actual start of the study. It's also important to plan for ongoing training for new staff, as well as refresher training based on user feedback. I'll now hand over to my colleague, Tinashe.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tinashe Kamema. I'm going to be taking you through how DFcollect handles synchronization and security. Since the app was built to work offline, data syncing has been a major part of its foundation. The process has proven to work very well and effectively for the past 7 years in the field. There are times when changes are made during a study. These updates will automatically be pushed to DFcollect automatically when the device gets back online. No additional user action is required for them to get the latest study updates. Each user has got the ability to control what data is stored on their device for offline usage. So they can pre-select what they want to work on when they go offline, and that data will be available for them to work with once they are online. Every user has got the ability to also delete data that only after syncing when it is no longer required. If you can see from the illustration to the right, there is an orange asterisk. This denotes that you have got unsaved changes on your device that still needs to be uploaded. The red icon shows that there is a conflict between the local data version that is on your device and the one that is on the server. On the rare instances where you might have taken data offline, right? And someone worked on the same record when they were online. So the moment you come back and try to sync, you'll be notified that no, your data is actually different from what is already online. Next. So how do you go about resolving conflict? If you click on the conflict icon on the app bar, a module will open up with a table, and there will be a side-by-side comparison where you see data that is local to you and data that is on the server. You compare the two data points and choose the one which is appropriate and correct. Once you are done with that, there is an option. There's an option for you to go back to the CRF and continue inputting data and then sync the data. Please note that if there is a conflict, you won't be able to proceed with the synchronization. And also, once you have overwritten a server value with a value that you had locally, you should provide a reason for that. Also, there are a couple of security considerations that you should observe when using DFcollect. There are several components to ensuring the security of the data collected with DFcollect and the data that is stored on the device to support offline storage. Users can only use DFcollect when they have been assigned a DFdiscover account with the appropriate permissions for that study. They can only have access to the sites, subjects, visits, forms, and functionality as defined by their role-based permissions. In order to use DFcollect offline, you need to have previously logged in at least once while you are still online. This enables us to authorize you against the DFdiscover server. We also support two-factor authentication, but note that two-factor authentication requires you to be online since we verify via your email address. While you're offline, if you try to use an incorrect password repeatedly, you will be logged out of your account for a defined period. If you are offline, you'll be logged out for a defined period, and you can only get to unlock yourself once you get back online. Also, we also implemented auto logout when the device has been continuously inactive to ensure that your data is always protected. In terms of security, we also make sure that the data is encrypted while it's on the device, and also when it's in transit during synchronization. You can also enable additional security at a device level. That might be your passwords, your PINs, your biometrics, to give an additional layer of security to access to accessing your device. That is DFcollect. Next. So the app is available both on Android and iOS. For iOS users, you can download it from the App Store. For Android users, you can get it on Google Play. It is a very lightweight app, approximately 40 megabytes when installed. In terms of data consumption, data storage and transmission needs are influenced by the size of your study. But according to our research, approximately it consumes just 10 kilobytes per CRF, and you can attach documents as large as 25 megabytes. In terms of specifications of devices that can handle DFcollect, we usually recommend anything between 4 to 8 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of storage, both on Android and iPad. As for the minimum, you can still use 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of storage. The lowest OS we support is Android 5 and iPad and iOS 11. In terms of provisioning, DFnet is available to facilitate the acquisition of suitable devices with necessary specifications that can handle DFcollect. DFnet also offers 24/7 support in procuring and supplying the required devices at an additional cost. Sponsors and sites can choose to independently procure their own devices if they need to. It is also important to consider whether these devices that are used for data collection are only used for that purpose. If they are going to be used alongside other applications, you might also have to revisit the minimum specifications for that device, as the resources would be shared. I'm going to hand over this presentation to Busi for the client success stories.
Thank you, Tinashe and Miriam. Miriam has shared with us the tool overview, and Tinashe has shared with us the considerations of the tool security and also the device specification. Thank you so much. I will move on to one of our success stories. So last year, in 2023 November, we've hosted our annual DFAG meeting. It was hosted in Denver. Mariam from NIH presented to us, as you can see, the workflow database usage used within NIH. Mariam supports the NIH with their extensive global research and presented their progress at our annual DFdiscover meeting. She has given us a great understanding of the efforts that they're doing with the databases to optimize data management in a hybrid environment. NIH supports 100 active studies, and nearly 1,200 active users are assigned within the databases in countries including DRC, Mali, Liberia, Guinea, Cambodia, Indonesia, and Thailand. If you look at the slide, you will see that 10% of their work or databases are using the offline, which is paper, and they have 30% whereby they use either EDC online or offline, either on tablets or direct on EDC. And the direct data entry, the databases that they have usage is 60%. So as you can see that less and less paper is being used, and there's a growth on their online and offline database usage. Moving from paper to DFcollect, our team at DFnet is available to provide training and support for the transitioning throughout your project. So we provide the training plan whereby we assist you with the training program for users to ensure a smooth transitioning to the new tool. And we also have resources that can support the transitioning, and those resources are available in our DFnet website. This will assist you with training needs and also troubleshooting as you go. We also have a lot of videos, training videos, and also webinars as part of the resources. We assist as well with data migration, where we help you to plan the transitioning from existing paper-based data collection to the digital platform. Also discuss how the new data collection tool will integrate with other databases if they are already in use within the organization. Also provide an overview of the timelines for the transitioning, including the key milestones and also deadlines. We also outline steps involved in the implementation of the new tool, from procurement of the devices to deployment. I will move on to the Q&A session. Before I look at the chat, please make sure that if possible, you can put your questions on the chat. I will scroll through the chat and check the questions. Before I go through the Q&A, I just wanted to let you know that on your screen right now, there is a QR code that is visible. If you can scan that QR code, it will take you to a short survey. This survey is about the webinars that are hosted by us, and we will appreciate your comments and also feedback about this webinar and the future webinars. I'm going to take this opportunity to go to the chat to see questions that are there. There's the first question from Needy. Can you explain how the audit trail is maintained for e-signatures collected via DFcollect? Let me see if that question has been answered.
Yeah, James have answered that.
Okay, yes. So James has answered, e-signatures are captured in specific e-signature fields on records. When a record is signed in DFcollect, the fields are filled in. When the record is uploaded to the server, either immediately or later, if the data is captured offline, the server updates the database and creates an audit trail record that will show that the e-signature fields were changed. And I can see Needy has a thumbs up for that question. Looking for the next question. We've got a question from Rathi from NIH. Does the dashboard display data for the entire study, even if we download a subset of data to the mobile device? And Yigo has responded to that question to say DFcollect downloads an entire study when open this dashboard. And then there is a follow-on question from Rathi. So dashboards feature is available only when it's connected to the network. And Igor responded, yes, this guarantees the content is updated, the content has updated data. And that was a great thank you from Rathi. Thanks, Rathi. The other question is from Eric. Eric, concerning data syncing, what is the behavior of the CDMS when online data dictionary change, while it was some data already collected on offline device? Is it possible to upload data in that case? And Hugo has responded, during data syncing, DFcollect not only verifies the data part for potential conflict cases, also validates the study setup to warn the corresponding message for users to solve any conflicts or differences. I don't see any thumbs up from for this question. Okay, I see, great, thank you. Data syncing. And then let me see if there's other questions. I don't see any other questions, but I just want to let you know that you have an opportunity right now to, if you have any other question, to open your mic and ask if there's any questions that, or maybe feedback that you want to give. I'll just give it like 2 minutes to check if there's any other questions beside the ones that are on chat already. In the meantime, just also let you know that Laura has inserted the link to the survey into the chat. From Andres, Andres says, thanks to the whole DFnet team for this webinar. Looking forward to the June 5 webinar about the experience with DFdiscover releases. And also on the chat, Laura has added the upcoming event link for registration. Going back to my slide, if you want, if you are ready now to start with DFcollect, please contact us. We will be able to assist you with the transitioning, and you can contact us on info@dfnetresearch.com. One of our team members will be able to catch your email and respond to you and assist you with your transitioning. We have upcoming events. We've got another webinar on the 5th of June, 2024. The webinar is called Elevate Your Experience with DFdiscover 5.8. We are upgrading DFdiscover to 5.8. So many interesting features within 5.8, and we would like you to join us. The registration link is in the chat. You can register now, but also we will be sending emails to your inboxes for registration links. We have another DFdiscover user group meeting in Boston in October 3 and 4. This is going to be face-to-face in Boston, and we encourage each and every one of you to join us, whereby you'll be able to meet our partners and other clients of ours who are using the software, who has different experiences and over the years built in experience in using our software. And we are looking forward for everyone to join us. We will be opening the registration soon for the DFAC 2024. You have to look up from your emails. We'll be sending emails for registration and further details about our DFAC 2024. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for joining us from different parts of the world, and looking forward for you to join us again on our next webinar, and looking forward to your feedback. Please make sure that you complete the survey and let us know of any comments and feedback about our webinars. Thank you so much.